So we're both. We're in that in between phase, which is called a reset. So for the central banking warfare model, which is a James Turk expression, started about 500 years ago, and every 80 to 120 years we have a reset. It's almost as though the central bankers say, okay, we got to flush the system. Oftentimes you move to a new currency. So the last time we had a reset was essentially after World War I. We went to a duopoly between sterling and the dollar. And then after World War II, we went to just the dollar system. But essentially what happened was the central bankers met in August of 2019, as they do every summer under the auspices of the Kansas Fed, and reviewed a plan that had been prepared by a group of retired central bankers working through the BlackRock Investment Institute called the Going Direct Reset. And if you go to Solari, we have a large wrap up and we have summaries and other information that John Titus did on the Going Direct. So we have very detailed analysis of what they met on. And these are all published. They published this material. It's all published. But we started into a reset, and part of the thing you need to do in a reset, or part of the thing that happened, was they injected $5 trillion directly into the economy on the Going Direct Reset, and using the pandemic as the official reason. But what you saw happen in the pandemic was you shut down Main Street and injected $5 trillion into the economy directly, so that many of the larger players. So part of shutting down Main Street was you said that essentially publicly traded stocks, companies who had publicly traded stocks, were considered essential. So they were allowed to stay open. Small business, small farms were shut down, which meant you could shift the market share out of the little guys very cheaply into the big guys. And the big guys had trillions of dollars to go shopping to pick up assets cheap. And that led to a tremendous consolidation within the economy. So one number I've seen said 35% of small business were either shut down or bankrupted. I know in San Francisco, I was told it was 49%, and you created 500 plus new billionaires. But there was an enormous consolidation of wealth into the publicly traded stocks, and basically, going into including the online businesses. So we are in that reset, and that reset continues, and that centralization has been going on really since 1980, and the sort of a lot of different federal policies designed to centralize economic and political control. Now, where they want to go is they want to go to an all digital financial system with programmable money. And programmable money can be a CBDC, which is issued by the central bank, but it could also be a stable coin, which is issued by essentially the banks who own the central bank. And programmable money can even work with asset tokens. The Clarity Act has passed in the House, and the Senate version is now being debated. And there are many big, there are many big issues being debated in that, which could have a very dramatic impact on the federal government. So what they're pushing for is to end currency as we know it. So if you look at programmable money, it's not a currency, it's a control system. So if you have, whether it's a credit card or you have digital money of various kinds, but centrally the rules can be made by the banks or the central banks, where you can shop, who you can buy from, when you can shop, and your money can be turned off, or negative interest rates can be applied. Taxation can be decided by the bankers, so no representation. And essentially all the rules can be made and enforced through the money, then that's not a currency, that's a slavery system.